Ladies and gentlemen, before we get the Brilliant Dumb Show started, you know the drill. We must let you know that the Brilliant Dumb Show is brought to you by the one, the only, that is Celsius. If you are not drinking Celsius, shame on you. Got it stacked right up here behind me, whether it's a workout or whether you just need a nice little pick-me-up to your day. Celsius is an absolute no-brainer. Now, without further ado, let's bring on the boys. Let's bring on the gang. Joey Cold Cuts, Mikey Bear Down, cuz let's get down to business. Gentlemen. Let's bring them in early. Let's bring them in often. The big fella, Mikey V. Now, Mikey, are you just going to leave that table down just so when you start doing spreads in the future?
Yeah, I got some guys coming over this weekend, I think, for cards and college football on Saturday. So I'm just gonna leave it out. It's a nice accent.
I guess we missed.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Where are your guys' costumes? Yes. King Cutsy and my royal jesters. Bob, where is your costume? That was very nice touch, Mikey V. Very nice touch.
Two things. First off, I thought that was the Canadian national anthem. I was waiting for them to start singing. I swear to you, I thought that was. I was waiting for the old Canada.
That was the royal pageantry.
Yes, that was that was Jerry the King Lawler's entrance music. Jerry the King. Right now we have Cutsy the King.
Cutsy the King in his wardrobe. For those of you who are
King
not
Cutsy
watching,
looks like he had a rough weekend. I got to tell you, right?
No, I had a very easy weekend. No, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
Did you see Joe in his I'll have ticket put that up? Mikey V, I'm sure you had to see it. Did you see Cutsy in Mr. Incredible's costume?
Yeah.
How good is that? I mean,
that was good.
Joe looked like a guy who really took the 30-day challenge to heart if he was Mr. Incredible, because I mean, this right here, let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean, that is just absolutely unbelievable.
Unreal. The whole party, Bear Down, I would just be standing around doing something and I look around and this guy's like this. He's just filming me the entire fucking night. It was it was nonstop. It was and I look over at him, you just start laughing. I'm like, dude, what is
that is good content. That's good content.
You know what's bad too, Mikey V? And this is a shame, like shame on Party City. I guess you could say shame on me for not even realizing it, and then shame on Party City for selling it. I'm not even going to say what it was, but I had a costume that, according to the entire party and people that like aren't just like saying that, had I been pictured in the costume that I had, I could have been canceled. And I was shocked to think that I would possibly be canceled for it.
What was the costume?
Bob spent $50 on a costume to wear for 5 minutes.
What was it? Or are we not gonna, can we not even discuss it because it's too dangerous?
It included a poncho. Okay. We'll leave it at that.
It was like a I mean, fuck it. I was like a Mexican guy, like a I didn't see anything. I had a sombrero.
Like the little Pablo Sanchez.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
You can't sombrero. You can't do anything these days. You just can't.
But you know what, too, Mikey? It was the whole party was saying that you can get like legit. I was shocked.
I thought that was a bit over the top.
I thought so too. I thought it was very funny.
That's ridiculous. You can't do any. Did you see to segue into Halloween, did you see Diddy's costume as the Joker? How like all out he went puffed out?
No, was it good?
Bro, I mean, this guy spared no expense. I mean, he dressed up like he had authentic garb on, authentic makeup. Like, obviously, he spent a ton of money to get this done, and all his cronies were wearing the authentic movie mask of like the Joker's accomplice. But he was starting shit with like random celebrities on the street. He didn't break character. He went out to a club the whole night and like didn't break character. Did a photo shoot of him hanging out the window like the Joker in the cop car. Like, he played it. He went all out, which begs the question. You know, are you for going all out on Halloween like that? Or are you against that? Because he went all out, like all out.
I'll tell you, I never been a big Halloween guy.
Right.
Seeing everybody, we did a Halloween party. Me and Joey D were there at our buddy Showtime's. Seeing everybody in their costume. Our friend Showtime was Mario. And then when you're getting hammered, I think adult Halloween is so much better. Because when you're drunk and like, you know, looking over across the table while we're playing beer pong and seeing Joe, you know, complain about something that happened in beer pong as he's Mr. Incredible. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a special holiday.
It's if you could get everybody together to do it, and it's great to do. And now with the kids, it's like, you know, the focus really is now for me and my friends is like the kids, like we met up but it's, you know, it's not the same as going out like that. But when you could get a good adult party and you're all dressed up, I mean, it's hysterical. And some of these guys are just so good. Like you saw Nicky Juice as Brickma from Rookie of the Year. I mean, it was his costume.
But you called this before. You said he goes all out every year.
He's the best. He's the best costume. His ideas. Still my favorite to this day was Lieutenant Dan when he did it. I mean, he bent his legs.
That's up your alley, Bear Down.
Yeah, unbelievable. But I will say he might have outdone himself this year with Brickma. It was so good. He looks exactly like him. I mean, it's disturbing. The manner.
Bob was dying when I showed him the picture.
Really good.
I always love that movie too. I think it's a great movie. I was a big fan of that. So yeah, I thought that was terrific. But when you take the kids going for trick or treating, are there some houses that just aren't prepared, or do all the houses know?
They're lit up, Bob.
So in my town, there's one street that they basically close the street, and it's like a street of very affluent, affluent houses. And I mean, these people are giving out full-size Butterfinger bars, full-size Kit Kat bars. And I put up a story tonight, actually. They go all out. Like they had these people like dressed up as like a doctor with a patient on an operating table, the two people who own the house, and the husband was on the operating table. The wife was the doctor, and it said like emergency care center above it. And she's carving into him like fake, obviously. And I was videotaping it, and the guy's like, "What is wrong with you people and your phones? Call 911. The guy's yelling while he's on the operating table. And they're giving away candy, but these people go all out because every house on the block does it. So it's like if you don't do it, you're the asshole on the block. If you don't go all out, you're just like you're the pariah. You have to do it.
The kids must love that.
Oh, the kids. Dom was bro.
What was Dom's costume this year? Didn't he rip his costume?
Dracula. He was Dracula. Yeah, he ripped it. Yeah. He was Count Domula. Count Domula, and he had a great time, bro. I was so proud of him today. I was walking him up to the front doors because he was a little shy, and then halfway through, he like told me I don't like stay back, like I want to go by myself, and he wanted to go up. So it's fun, man. It's fun.
Joe, from the last time that you met Dom, he's me seeing him the other week. He's a lot more sociable. He's very we had a good chat.
That's school.
Oh, really?
Him going to school changed him. You know,
I don't think he said more than 2 words to me.
No, he's very reserved. But now he's not as much.
He had a lot of energy. I remember that.
Oh, good energy.
Good energy. I want to get into a little bit football Sunday, okay? And Mikey V, you've been so good to us to where, look, I can't say that we're complaining, but we do have something that we want to bring to the table to you that did ruffle a little bit of feathers. Now, do you have any idea what you think this might be, Mikey V?
I would imagine it's my subscriber picks that have been white hot and you guys aren't getting the picks.
So Mikey puts out another 5 out of 5er. Okay. He's got on Instagram, and we're going to get that plug in, Mikey V. He's got his subscription based followers now, which I think is great. And to be quite frank, Mikey V, for $2.99 and the picks you give out, that's an absolute bargain. What's interesting to us, though, is Giuseppe D asked for an additional non-public prize pick selection for the parlay, to which Mikey V claims that he did not have that selection. Come to find out,
that was for the afternoon window, the late afternoon window.
No, the morning.
Turns out Mikey V hits 5 for 5. So clearly there was a play.
But that was from Flex Friday. So what Prize Picks is doing, shout out Prize Picks. Prize Picks.
Promo code The Boys if you want to get in with
So Friday, here's the problem with Flex Friday is because, again, we're posting these free picks every Wednesday, every Monday, Thursday, Sunday, sometimes twice on Sunday. And then usually we give them an NBA game or something like that during the week, or an MLB. We've done that. The problem with Flex Friday, is if you don't get the play in within that 3-hour window, the value of the play is shot because it's a 15-time winner as opposed to the normal 10-time winner, but you have to get it in between 3 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. So, when I'm doing that, like, listen, I'm going to be totally honest. When I did that on Friday and gave it out to my subscribers, I mean, did I think it was going to actually go 5 for 5? No, not really. I mean, I like the play, but Again, these are crapshoots. These 5-teamers are crapshoots. Yes. Do I feel like I have somewhat of an edge on some of these picks? Do I feel like I can handicap some of these picks? Yeah, I do. But still, go 5 for 5 is absurd, Bob.
So,
you know,
but
you have a winning record.
This close on like 8 last night. How many 5 for 5s did you almost hit
with the way you're running, though? With the way you're running
hot.
They're very hot right now to where do me and Giuseppe do we have to get the subscription?
I'll subscribe.
Yeah, we got to subscribe. We're going to
You know what? You know what? Fuck it. Subscribe.
but my question is, the picks are still there, no? Like the picks were still available on the Sunday morning to where you could have just sent a screenshot of what you had.
Oh, yeah.
And we could have got 10 times, but we still would have made 10 times.
Yeah, you would have. Yep.
That's my. I don't care about the.
But I think if I recall the conversation honestly, I swear to God, I thought there was an agreement because it looked like everyone. Number one, you guys got after it Saturday night, and by the time West Coast catches up to East Coast on Sunday morning, I knew you guys were hurting. Fair. Remember, I asked if we could record the pod Sunday morning. You said we got the big Halloween party, no problem. So the assumption, I think, in the discussion was we weren't going to release or do a play until the Sunday night game. Now, maybe I should have been like, guys. Just FYI, I also have this play, but to be honest with you guys, like we put in so many fucking plays, like I could have sent it and it could have been a loser. So it's like, you know,
I will see this. So
I will send every single pick.
I think we got to subscribe. I think that you
we will subscribe.
We
I'll
need to
subscribe after the show, and because
Okay.
even your plays are hitting.
Yeah, I went 5.
Everything's hitting for him. He's hit every.
It's not just the prize picks. The guy's hitting everything.
Since I opened subscriptions 3 weeks ago. I post every Saturday for college football, Sunday, obviously, and then I'll do a Monday or Thursday, like usually one pick. I haven't had a losing day, knock on wood. I haven't had a losing day or pick selection yet in 3 weeks.
Knock on wood. And you know what I would like to think, Mikey, that after this,
yeah,
I would think people are going to subscribe. You already got 2 in me and Giuseppe now.
That's nice.
There's 2 more subscriptions.
How do you subscribe? What do you do?
You got to tell him, Mikey V.
You just go to the profile picture. There's a little subscribe button window right at the top of the profile, like next to like if you were to email somebody or click one of those.
He's going to ask you again how to subscribe, by the way. We're going to get off the show. You know damn well he's going to ask you. I'll tell you that, value. Folks, our next sponsor is a sponsor that I just so happen to use and take every single day, a product that I use and take every single day, Athletic Greens. You cannot go wrong when you're taking Athletic Greens. I wanted better mental health, physical health, gut health, and that is exactly what Athletic Greens does. You cannot go wrong when you go Athletic Greens. With one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you are absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. You can't go wrong. It starts your day right. I do it. I take 1 scoop of the Athletic Greens, down it with the water, and I am good to go. Mentally, I feel great. Physically, I feel great. After a workout, I use it, and it is absolutely terrific. Now, to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/dumb. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/dumb. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. Do it with Athletic Greens. You can't go wrong. I'll tell you this, what I think is pretty incredible, if I don't say so myself. I mean, it's not even me bragging. It's on behalf of Mikey V. And I'm not even putting a crazy amount on these games. Just from me following Mikey V from the time that I started with Prize Picks, I surpassed yesterday over $100,000 won on Prize Picks.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick. They sent me a nice little notification. And again, that ain't even my picks. That's just going off Mikey V. And I haven't even been putting in, the bets that I do. It's decent side. I put a few hundred a parlay. But that ain't crazy,
Bob,
Joey.
You do bet big. You bet pretty big.
Well, me and Joe have kind of run rampant with these Flex Fridays where you put it in.
The Flex Fridays, you put in $333. That's the max bet you can make. Is
that the max?
Yeah, because they cap you. You can't win over 5,000. So
yeah, me and Joe got.
I didn't know. Now that I know, that's interesting.
Yeah, 333.
Me and Joe got to slow down because when we get the Flex Friday and what the Flex Friday is on Friday, you have 3-hour window to put in your picks. if they win, instead of 10 times the amount, you get 15 times the amount.
You just found this out, and
That's
like
correct.
you just
I've hit 2 Flex Friday 5 teamers this year too.
And
this is the second one.
So me and Joe were at the bar Friday, which we got a little banged up Friday too.
Yeah.
And Friday ran rampant.
And I'm going to make a statement. I think the NBA plays might be the funnest.
It's scary.
Yeah, see, that's where I defer to you guys, though, because one thing I will not do, I'll never purport myself to be an expert handicapper at the NBA. I won't.
Oh, Joe will take anything, man. You can give
Joey.
Joey.
I
am a hockey guy
fucking
now,
crown,
too.
so I'm pretty sure
you can give Joey D any pick, like any DMer. He'll get like DMs throughout. Like today, he gets a lot of DMs. Like anybody that says they have a lead on a game, Joey D's hitting it. And he'll tell you,
it's like then if I miss, then at least I have someone to blame. I can't blame myself. I can blame someone else. Like, don't give me a losing pick.
That's why I got Mikey V on the show out of the gate with the prize picks. I need somebody that has got to fall on.
Speaking of hot, I want to change the subject quickly. We're talking to somebody who has been hot, and Mikey V, you're not going to like to hear this. I am amazed by this guy, Bob. Jake Paul, another win against Anderson.
When is
Silva.
That's fine, and I'm
this
glad
guy
you went
can't
there.
lose.
I'm glad you went there.
He's absolutely
can't
and
lose.
now he's calling out Nate Diaz.
When is he gonna? Let me ask you a question. When is he gonna call out a professional boxer?
You love Nate Diaz.
When is he gonna fight a professional
boxer
in a boxing ring?
He called out Tommy Fury, who was a very good boxer.
Yeah,
call out Tyson Fury, and then I'll be impressed.
Well, come on,
Tyson Fury's like the biggest guy in the world, man.
But Mikey, let me ask you this: in all honesty,
go ahead.
Can you not give?
You got to give some kudos where kudos are due.
I think I gave him respect. The last show we discussed him, I said, you know what? I said he's doing what he's got to do. He's doing a good job. I'm tired of seeing him fight former UFC guys in the boxing ring. I want to see him fight a legitimate current contending boxer, who's in line in his weight class, in line for a title shot, somebody of that caliber. And when he fights that guy and beats that guy, I will be the first in line.
You still think you could beat him, Mikey?
That's another good question.
I need 16 months of dedicated training. 16 months where I don't have to worry about it.
Can we make, in a world where I could make that happen would be the greatest night of my life.
You know what I was thinking about? Mikey V gets so revved up with Ohio State, Michigan games. And I was watching college football and I was honestly thinking that if Mikey V played a full 60 minutes, I think I might have put it in the digest.
I think you did.
If Mikey V played a full 60 minutes, okay, he's Ohio State versus Michigan. Michigan likes to run the ball. Let's say Ohio State, Mikey V's middle linebacker. What do you think the honest Vegas line is for how many tackles Mikey V would have? Because my line is at 2.5.
I would say 1.5.
Yeah, I think to me, I say 2.5. I think he hits the over at 3.
I think he gets 2 for sure. I think he'd get gassed pretty quickly, but I think he would. I think he definitely make
So
Mikey, you've never played football like that. It's exhausting.
Well, but he gets 16 months. He gets 16 months to train, though.
I gotta get in football shape. Game. I'm in shape, but I gotta get in. They talk about football shape. I'd have to get in.
You're not doing 2-a-days.
I would have 5 tackles.
Oh, Mikey. You really think you would have 5?
What position would you be at?
I wouldn't be middle backer. I can't play middle backer. I'd probably play D end. Let me play a little D end. Or you know what I really would play, honestly? You flip me on the other side of the football. And let me run a little tight end. Let me come in on big jumbo set tight end.
No, see,
I'm telling you right now, three catches, 40 yards.
No, come on,
3 catches, 40
yards.
That's
where I draw.
One
touchdown.
Bro, I have some of the softest hands.
Boy, did he take that and run with it. I mean, Mikey, I was trying to give you good credit on the 3 tackles.
No,
that's no easy.
It went
feat.
three catches,
tackles,
three for
three
40,
catches and a touchdown.
3 for 40
Yeah.
and a tutty. 3 for 40. And
The
a
guy
tutty.
became
Absolutely.
Meyer from
Let
Notre
me ask you a
Dame.
question. Who's guarding me in the end zone in the red zone? Who's going to guard me in the red zone? Who?
How tall are you again?
6'7". Who's guarding me, Bob? You've
It's
been
a tough guard, man.
No, he's
What's
guarding.
your 40 time though, Mikey? How fast?
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about red zone offense. I only got to run 2 yards, Cuts. I only got to run 2 yards. I'm going to box my guy out. I got more heart than him. I already know that. He's a gutless Michigan coward. I know I got more heart than him. And then I'm going to box him out. I'm going to go up, extend. CJ Stroud's going to hit me right in the hands. Boom.
I hope one day, Bob, we connect with an Ohio State person so we could get Mikey V on a sideline. Could you imagine how great that would be?
I have footage, so that's funny you say that. I have footage of Ohio State Rutgers from a couple of years ago when I got down on the field through a couple connections. I was down on the field for pregame warmups. I was giving Ohio State players pep talks and handshakes and slaps. I have it on videotape. They thought, because what I was wearing, they thought I was a legitimate like coach or like booster or something like that. 100%. They were running through their lines, just high-fiving me. I was giving them pep talks. I was pumping them up.
You have footage of this?
I'll send you the video.
There's not many things from a physical standpoint that I would bet against Mikey B. I'll tell you that one. I think the touchdown, the 5 tackles and stuff was ridiculous. I thought I was giving you a lot of credit with 2.5, but maybe so. But there's just not a lot I would put by. But unbelievable. He looks like an actual coach. Yeah.
When was that?
That was 2019, the last time they were at Rutgers.
Yeah, see now,
Mikey, there we go. There's me and Rob Landers. Little high five. There we go, boys. Let's go Bucks. Go Bucks.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, look, there's not a whole lot. I think that I would bet against Mikey from a physical standpoint, but it would be nice if you were so hard on Jake Paul that look. I'm not nuts about the guy. I don't love him. But I think what he's doing is pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's made himself millions of dollars. So you got to respect that.
I talked to Ticket too the other day. He thinks he's paying these guys off. I said, even if he is brilliant, he's making how much money? No one else has thought to do that. I mean,
Silva did look like he was playing with him a little bit. At one point, Silva's like doing this like little dance and a crouch.
But he's done that in a UFC fight before too.
Do you guys not think that these Jake Paul UFC fighter boxing matches are not big money grab things? Like you really don't think that?
Of course, winning.
That's what I mean. Like the guy's in tremendous shape. He trains. I'm not taking any of that away. That shit ain't easy. I'm not disrespecting that at all. I'm just saying for me, like take him as a credible boxer. I need to see him fight regular boxers. I want to see him fight a Gennady Golovkin. A Canelo Alvarez.
Triple G is a fucking stud.
I understand. Okay, so fight somebody right under that tier, somebody contending, number 3 contender, number 4 contender. Stop fighting old UFC fighters who weren't boxers. That's my whole thing. I'll give him the respect. I'm hoping he reaches a point where that happens.
The reason why I'm impressed is I imagine if Bob, as a YouTube guy, no, nothing against you, Bob, but this is really what it is. Him and his brother be like you and me as YouTubers decide to become boxers. And imagine Bob fighting Anderson fucking Silva. Like, I mean, it's unbelievable.
What are you trying to say, man?
Bob doesn't. Bob doesn't need to fight. I'm saying Bob doesn't.
Just saying that is essentially what is happening here.
Well, perhaps Bob has the talent where he doesn't have to put himself in such a goofy situation where he's got to fight a UFC fighter.
You know what I will say though? The thing with Jake Paul, he's nutty. He's a nut. And I think to do what he's doing, you have to be
a little different.
Yeah, I agree.
100. I agree. 100.
I think Mikey V could do it.
Now, by the way, I mean, if you could get 5 touchdowns, 6 tackles against Michigan,
we went from 1.5 lines on a tackle to a touchdown and 3 receptions.
And the sick thing about Mikey V is I don't think he's joking.
I'm not joking.
I don't know.
I'm not joking at all. I truly believe it.
Mikey V, I love you to death, but you're a little fucking potso. You're a little crazy.
Look, says the guy. Coming from the guy dressed as
the Burger King.
Yeah.
It's Halloween, you fucks.
Oh, by the way, You know something that we have not had a dialogue about. And Mikey, I don't want to just jump on you. Okay, I know it's been a lot, and you're handling it all. You're handling it all very well. You really are, because it's been. But can we talk about Burger King removing? The famous Chiking sandwich. It's gone, Joe.
The famous sandwich lasted a year.
There was outrage. There was outrage.
Yeah, there was outrage.
I mean, the header of the article was that like Burger King removes fan favorite sandwich, and I tell you what, the sandwich they were
I saw a lot of articles. I didn't see that. I didn't see that one.
I know.
You didn't heart attacks from all that sauce they put on that burger.
Bob, that sandwich was something special, and I
liked it. Look, I liked it.
Yeah, I tell you what, the one they replaced it with is an absolute fucking stinker.
I wish we got till this day. One of my favorite episodes is when I postmated all the different chicken sandwiches to Mikey V. And people
send them Wendy's, send them Burger King.
6 spicy chicken sandwiches in a sitting.
This guy looked like he was about ready to combust after all those sandwiches.
And he was mowing them down. Usually the samplers, they kind of test them. It's like the Dan Myers story. That's one of my favorite things. Man. But what we said, by the way, too, which was interesting. Remember when we had the live stream, me, you, and Perez bear down, and we were talking about fast food items that never should have been removed, or I'll tell you what it was. Yeah, it was a franchise that just can't get it right. They are so poorly run, and it's showing, is KFC. KFC had, and I think Perez brought it up. Remember the mashed potato bowl they had, Joey D?
Is it gone now?
It's gone.
I never tried it, so I can't speak on it. But it had like corn and chicken and mashed potatoes. No,
tremendous. And then meanwhile, what they do instead, we were talking about, which was a total collapse. They did a thing with crispy. What was it again, Mikey V?
It was a sandwich. It was a sandwich where the buns were pieces of fried chicken instead of buns. It was rated the most. Like if you took like the outside world's perspective on the American diet and the status of the regular everyday American, and you surmised it into one fucking food item, it was this sandwich that KFC released. Because it was just they should have just named the sandwich obesity.
It was
so absurd.
So it was bad. Absurd. Now I will say, Bob, some franchises do it the right way. Like Taco Bell will remove items.
That's correct.
But then they'll put them back periodically, so it keeps you coming back. Like those nacho fries, they'll throw them on the menu, and it's like, I gotta order this. My hands are tied. Now I don't know why it's so dark in here. It's like my hands are tied with the nacho fries, but they do it the right way. Like Taco Bell will do things, and even McDonald's to a lesser extent. People like that McRib. I'm not crazy about it, but like people go nuts when they put it back on them.
Oh yeah,
but I'm saying people go nuts for it though. People really like it.
They do. They're like religious cult followers.
Yeah, you've always been big on those nacho fries too, Joe.
Are you not a fan of them, Bob?
No, I like them very much.
Tell you what's a good seasonal item from McDonald's is that fucking Shamrock Shake.
See, I mean, there's more.
I tasted it the first time. Remember, Bob? We were on a Instagram live. I went through the drive-through, and Mikey V had me run him through the fucking.
Mikey V loves him some mint, man.
Peppermint.
Yes.
I mean, I like peppermint or spearmint. I'm a mint guy, and that mint shake that your boys did over there at no, the place you guys love, the Chick-fil-A. They did that peppermint shake.
That was phenomenal too.
That was phenomenal. That was a season.
They normally do it in the festive season, which means it should be coming back, Mikey.
Oh, it's coming. I'll be ready.
While we're on the food subject too, there's one more thing that I wanted to add that I found very interesting this weekend is, and Joe had it too. Now I'm a big Jersey Mike's guy, but there's a lot of hype around Firehouse subs.
I've heard of that.
Have you had it yet, Mikey?
I haven't had it. How is
Pretty fire, Mikey V.
I know it's quick to call it after.
Why though? What's the standout for them? The amount of meat, the quality, the freshness. What is it?
Good question, Joe. You want to take that?
I thought that the ratio of meat to sandwich was really good. It had this dressing in it, Bob. Meanwhile, mine was sitting for a while before I got there, and it was still really good. But the dressing, or I don't know what is they put inside, was so good. And they had those little peppers, like the giardiniera peppers in there that were so good.
I love that. Yeah.
I thought it was very stand-up sandwich. I really do.
I felt weird saying it. By the way, is that a punt for the guy that we needed a punt from?
We have two already.
No, it's the
We have
Browns.
two.
But we got 2 punts already.
We got two punts. Now just update me where we are in Prize Picks. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'll give you the. This would be the halftime update. We're halfway through the pod. This would be the.
What's one quarter in? 1 quarter in.
No, but I mean for the pod, it's the halftime of the pod. So.
Yeah.
This is the halftime. So we have 2 punts. We need 2 more.
That's
We're halfway.
Great.
We need help in the other arenas. And Nick Chubb only 7 yards, but I mean, T Higgins
7 yards rushing.
T Higgins doesn't have a catch yet. I like the under a lot in this game. I really did.
I took the under.
We'll be fine.
Boy.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Okay.
We need him to
all right.
bust one out here, Bob, in the worst way. Give me a 40-yard
Those
run.
totals are very low totals. This is a field goal game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt the Brilliantly Dumb Show to let you know that the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by our good friends over at BetterHelp.com. Life doesn't always go the way you want to, and it doesn't come with a user manual. So when it's not working for you, it's normal to feel stuck. That's why BetterHelp.com is here. BetterHelp.com matches you with a licensed therapist. They have matched over 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online, plus it's affordable, and you don't have to go to a doctor's office or go to some type of building. You could do it all from the comfort of your home. You can't go wrong when you go with BetterHelp.com. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/BDS. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BDS. BetterHelp.com. Change your life today for the better. Now, you know what I would like? I know me and Joe are kind of fiends with it. And I think that's what really makes you very good, Mikey V, is that you don't force picks ever.
Yeah.
When you're done, you're done. I think where me and Joe's problem is, you've said it before, you're not wrong, is me and Joe.
T. Higgins.
All right, there we go. Come on.
Mikey V.
Here you go now, Mikey V. Now, Mikey V.
All right, Mikey V.
Mikey V does not force picks. Me and Joe want the halftime plays. We want the NBA.
I cannot do that. The only time I could do that is if I'm by myself in the cave on like a Friday or Saturday night and it's college football. I could live bet. I cannot do that and like be with people and give out picks. It's impossible. I can't do it. And that's the thing with these subscriptions. Like people in this that have subscribed have been like, oh, you got something for tonight? You got something for tonight? You got something for tonight? And I'm like, dude, and I tell everybody, I'm like, listen, I'm not a person who picks just for the sake of picking. I won't do it. I refuse to do it because you'll never, ever win. If you bet every game, you will lose. There's no doubt about it. Nobody could do that. I pick spots. I just like to pick spots. Now the national TV games, the Thursday night, Monday night, just out of principle, I try to handicap something, whether it's a single prop, an over and under, something like that. But I will not pick for the sake of picking. I refuse.
Now, Mikey V, if you could do this full time, that would be a different story.
Of course I would do it.
Let me tell you, if you get Mikey V in this department full time, okay, potting, putting out bets.
Oh, we'd be seeing a very happy Mikey.
You talk about a guy that would be non-stop firing.
I believe this is a punt. This is a punt.
This is a punt. All right, here we go. Come on, Mikey V. Come on back now, Mikey V. Come on back here, pal.
Come on, Mikey.
Another thing that kind of scared me, Mikey, because I think part of what makes that cave so good is the couch. And Holly V did mention possibly getting a new basement couch. Whereas for me, it happened, Joe. She mentioned it.
That couch is iconic.
It is, and it's so comfortable.
But here's the thing, Bob, and I'm sure you noticed it, is like it's a 3-part. It used to be a 4-person. It was a 4-person recliner. We had to take one piece out because of the way the basement's set up with the pillar right there. It just doesn't make sense. So I want to do like an L, like a sectional, just to add additional seating around the big TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. I do. I
will not replace it with some Johnny. I will not replace it with some Johnny come lately couch. The couch that replaces it will be up to par.
But what's the saying, Bob? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, if we're gonna say the couch is the reason I'm making good picks, then I should.
Well, I'm saying it's got to have some allure to the cave. It adds something when you're
the last
comfortable
5 for
laying it
5
in.
I did. I
Joe,
picked it in my office at work.
Look,
I
I
didn't pick it
loved
in the cave.
I love that last cave, Joey D. I really did.
This
You
one
saw
better?
it. I'm telling you, there
This
is something
blows it out of the water.
Yeah, this is it is a special place to watch a football game, man. It really, really is nice. I like it a lot.
I did Sunday yesterday by myself, really, with the kids and just her. They would pop down occasionally, and I had Red Zone going on the bar TV, the main game going on the big screen TV, rooting in that 5-teamer, and I was just in my glory. I was literally I thought your boy Zach Wilson was going to blow it for me, Bob. That was what I was.
Yeah, they stink.
This guy's total completion was 16.5. He had like 12 at halftime. I was like, this is a layup. We got into the fourth quarter. He's still at 12.
In the second
he's
half.
still at 12. And every time
he was making terrible decisions. I mean, you know what, though? It's growing pains, Bob. He's still a young guy. He's a young quarterback. And he shows a lot of promise. You can't give up on him yet. He had a bad game.
My thing is too, and maybe I'm a bad fan because of it, but me, like, it's similar to the Yankees. Like, I see a team out there that's so much better than the Yankees, and it's hard for me to get excited because I know at some point, no matter how good they play, they're going to run into a ball. So that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yep. If you look at the game Sunday night, okay, Bills Packers, and Joe even said before, the Packers didn't even play that bad. The Bills are just so superior.
And
to any, you know, and you just
the Packers didn't play that bad, and Allen didn't play that well. This was not a good game from Josh Allen, and they still won. It still never felt like Green Bay was really in the game to me. It didn't really feel like they were. And Allen really had a bad game. He made 2 bad decisions by the goal line, threw those 2 interceptions. This game was not as close as
I had Packers plus 12, so that hit.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, he did. Good. Yeah,
but I mean, the Buffalo Bills to me are just an absolute. The Buffalo, Kansas City. God, please, I'm praying that we see that AFC championship.
You're going to get it.
Or Eagles look unbelievable.
Well, I was saying yesterday, could you imagine a Bills Eagles Super Bowl? The fan bases, the Philly nut jobs, and the Bills Mafia. You're talking about there will be death and destruction if the Bills and the Eagles play in the Super Bowl.
That's a good point.
Those fan bases, it's going to be ugly.
I'll tell you what,
it'll be ugly.
I wouldn't go to Maine, but I would go to Buffalo for another Bills Mafia tailgate. That is, you want to take me over there? I got no issue with that for sure. That place is. I was looking at the content last night of Perez at Bills Mafia. Man. I mean, can you just imagine that fat Perez at a Bills Mafia tailgate?
We'd have to find a way to get him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and then tickets a fan too. I mean, of the Eagles. It'd be interesting to say the least.
All right, boys. We got a prize picks in play, so hopefully we could keep rolling on with that. And again, as we mentioned earlier, promo code the boys to get in on the prize picks action. You can't miss. If you want to go to the subsection, Mikey V, you want to get those extra games, you don't want to miss out the way me and Joey D missed out, then subscribe to the Bear Down Cuz Instagram right there. I am going to actually go subscribe after. I really am. Head over and do that. And then in the meantime, boys, we have a top 5. Yes. This is a Joey D special, and I couldn't really fight it because of the times, because it is Halloween. I'm going to really struggle here. I'm going to really, really struggle here, and I want to get out in front of it. And I'll be honest with you, and like Joe was even running through me, this is going to be top 5 horror movies. And I'm going to get out of the way here.
Bob said to me, he goes, I don't even know if I can name 5.
Joe said I could use Jaws.
Redemption. Jaws would be acceptable.
Jaws is acceptable, Bob.
I honestly think Ticket's going to have to do one of the NAs for me because I honest to God, I saw a little bit of Saw. I liked Jaws a lot, so you could throw the Jaws on there. After that, I swear to you, I could do a little bit of I saw The Ring. I saw a little bit of The Ring.
Yeah, don't remember that's a winner, Bob. That's a
good one.
And then if you guys could help me with 2 more.
I mean,
you ever see Final Destination, Bob?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I think maybe me and Joe should give our top 5s first. You'll hear some names and perhaps that's fair.
I like that a lot.
You want me to start, Bob?
Yeah, I do.
All right. By the way, for as much as Bob doesn't like horror movies, I love the horror genre. I think that it's so fun to watch a good horror movie with a buddy. It gets you riled up. It's one of my favorite genres. All right, number 5. I'm gonna go with Insidious. I don't know if you've seen this movie, Mikey, but they kind of built off of it a bunch of movies after.
Yeah, but
the
Insidious
first one, first one that they did was Insidious, and I thought it was truly
2013 Insidious.
Yeah, it was around there. I was in Europe when this came out, and I remember watching it, and the little boy running through the house and that fucking red demon. It was just scary, man.
Not for me.
By the way, Nick Chubb is starting to get going, boys.
Okay.
So number 5, I got Insidious. And number 4, I have to put this movie in. It's an absolute classic to me. It's so good. I watch it at least every few months. Is The Shining with Jack Nicholson.
It's a great movie.
I think that movie is just absolutely amazing.
Classic.
Here's Johnny, the whole 9 yards, the fucking demise. And Bob's never seen this movie. Bob, if there's a movie that I would suggest you go out and watch immediately, it is The Shining. It's a
Stanley
fucking
Kubrick
great
classic,
movie.
man.
Stanley Kubrick, one of the great
classic,
fucking directors of all time.
Yep.
And number 3, I have a Bob selection. I have The Ring. I remember. For me, it was like, I remember the first time I watched it in my Nona's house. There was no one around. It was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And it was really like one of those first like wave of movies that came out in the early 2000s that really made you jump out of your seat with the chick coming right in. The first scene, she comes right on that it was terrifying. So I think there might be some better now, but for me, nostalgia, I'll put that at number 3. Number 2 is a movie that I had walking out of the theater. I was physically like disturbed. This was, I don't know if you saw this or not. It came out a couple of years ago. Hereditary, one of the most. Do you remember that one? Yep. The scene where they're driving and the girl sticks her head out the window because she's having the allergic reaction, and the kid's driving and her head hits the sign and she gets decapitated. Yeah. Do you remember that scene?
Yeah, I mean, that's a little
sound like a horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think me and Joe are gonna have like contrasting yet somewhat similar. I think it depends what kind of there's so many subgenres of horror. There's like ultra thriller, religious, slasher. I mean, yeah.
I almost get the feeling, Mikey B, that you're not loving this list.
I don't like.
You didn't like The Ring.
Okay. I don't like The Ring. Okay. But other than that, I think Insidious was Joe's biggest dark horse pick at 5.
And then at number 1, I gotta put this movie is to me is the scariest movie ever, is The Exorcist. Yeah, I think that is undeniable. And if you just read like some of the clips of what happened on the scenes when they were filming this, where like shit was going awry, dude. People used to have to leave when they I know Bob didn't watch this again. I'm sure of it. When they released this, the first release of The Exorcist, people were having to walk out of the theater. They were so physically shaken, and like people were passing out. People were having a heart attack. It was crazy. To me, that has to be number 1.
Joe, I got one. You could throw in for me. What's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio that we watched?
Shutter Island.
I like that a lot. Yeah, I would go with that. I like that. I thought that was what's wrong with that?
Really Bob, are we just piecemealing your top 5 together here?
Yeah.
It's like on a buffet. Yeah, I'll have a little of this. That looks okay. I remember when I had that one time.
Okay, Mikey V, over to you.
Number 5, I'm going to go with a movie that was I think I was in grammar school when this came out. And I think it started like a chain reaction. Obviously, they made too many shitty sequels, but the original one, opening scene, Drew Barrymore. This movie was fucking scary, bro. And it was a slasher film, but it was like very realistic. I felt Scream. I think the original Scream at number 5. Yeah, I thought it was very well
watered
done.
it down so much.
They did. But if you remember back to the original one, I think the original Scream was almost perfectly done. I think it was a really, really perfect horror movie. No, the ghost face thing, the prank calls, that was very much like a genre altering type of movie. Number 4, one of the OG slasher films of all time. And again, struck a lot of chords with a lot of people because when they marketed it originally, they marketed it as a true story or something based on
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
number
that's
4,
a great one. That's in my honorable mention.
Number 3, give me the original Halloween. Michael Myers, the original Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, you have to pay respect to that movie. That movie has transcended horror films in a lot of ways. Again, watered down with the new sequels. I just watched the last one, Halloween Ends.
I got to see it still.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's so bad. It's so bad and outrageous. They've destroyed that character.
The last one was good, though.
Yeah, I don't like any of the new ones. Yeah, I like the Rob Zombie. I like the Rob Zombie remake.
Oh, yeah.
I thought those were pretty good. But original Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis, 76. Yes, Bob.
No, I remember you in the basement, and that's something that bothered you a lot was the whole Halloween thing. When we were at Football Sunday, you were going on about that. That really struck a chord. Yeah, he was upset about that.
Number 2 is a Joey D movie. Give me The Shining at number 2. I think it's classic.
Okay.
Stanley Kubrick,
so good.
Extremely eerie. Jack Torrance, Jack Nicholson, what a job he did in that movie. Great movie. And then number 1, Joey D nailed it. You cannot put any other horror movie over The Exorcist at number 1. Exorcist changed everything with horror movies. Like Joe said, people had to walk out of theaters. People were having heart attacks in the theater. The filming of it was very disturbing. And when you get down to, back then, you think about that was filmed in the early 70s, mid 70s. A lot of people were still very church-going people, God-fearing people. And this was Linda Blair's performance as the little girl possessed by
the mom was unbelievable.
I mean, it was, you watch that movie, bro. It's fucking, even to this day, like I find it difficult to watch that movie.
When she comes down the stairs like a spider.
God. Yeah, bro. That movie's fucked up.
Bob,
that's a fucked up movie.
That movie would haunt Bob's dreams.
Yeah, it's bad. Bob, you might not want to watch it anytime.
Yeah, that one maybe
pass on Linda Blair.
I tried doing the this is sick, by the way, to not be in this. It's sick, and I couldn't say no to it too because it does fit the theme. I've been saying it for quite some time. I got to watch more movies. I really do. I mean, even Joe was just running through these things with me, Mikey V, and nothing hit. Nothing hit. So, fellas, honorable mention?
Well, honorable mention for me, I would say it's a toss-up. I do really like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The other one that I'll put Texas Chainsaw Massacre as my honorable mention. I think that's a good one.
Mikey V?
I'll go a little off script and I'll do something that's technically, I guess it's sci-fi, but it's sci-fi horror. And I think it's one of the best movies ever made. Give me Alien, the original Alien with Sigourney Weaver, the first one, even though the second one was great. I thought Alien was scary as shit. When they're in, I thought the alien itself, with the head, the long head, and they were just on that spaceship. Everything was very dark. I thought that was a great movie, horror movie.
Mike, do you like the Freddy Krueger series?
No, I think Freddy's a blowjob.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the concept of the movie is terrifying. The fact that as soon as you go to sleep, he comes into your dreams.
Yeah, my favorite Halloween like villain, like if you give it a villain like the clown from It or the Saw guy, or I'm a Mike Myers guy. Mike Myers to me is the guy. Jason's another.
Jason Voorhees, I think, is not. I'd say Freddy Krueger is after Mike Myers.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what this is kind of, what bothered me is, I guess, my costume wasn't smart, but what actually bothers me is I watched a little bit of the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. The fact that so many people, because this Netflix series, were dressing up
like a serial killer, like a real life serial killer.
As Jeffrey Dahmer, it's like these guys, these people that were killed, I mean, they would be like, what, 40 years old today? Or like,
it's fucked
people
up.
People are fucking idiots, man.
That to me is sick. The fact that people are getting away with that one, you got the families out there. It's not like this happened. This didn't happen 70 years ago.
And all Bob wanted to do is just wear a sombrero without getting canceled.
That's exactly right, Joe.
And he's right. I couldn't agree more with that. I think it's sickening.
That's a little fucked up.
I think it's sickening. Come on,
anyway,
get over it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it. Another edition there of the Brilliantly Dumb.
So do we even wait a minute? Do we even have a top 5 from Bob? Did he give a list? Is there a list? What is?
I think he had the Ring in there. He had
Jaws.
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island a lot.
Okay, Shutter Island, Jaws, The Ring. What else, Bob?
Do you ever watch Sixth Sense,
Saw.
Bob?
I had Saw.
Saw.
Never saw Sixth Sense.
Did you ever watch the Paranormal Activity movies?
Nope.
Oh my god, dude. What about I'm trying to think, man. You didn't see. What did you watch? The Grudge?
Nope.
How about any M. Night Shyamalan movies, Bob? You never saw like the M. Night Shyamalan movies, like the one. What was the one with the aliens, Joe?
Oh, Signs.
Signs. You never seen Signs with Mel Gibson?
Nope.
Jesus, man. This
Yeah,
guy
it's bad. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm not defending it. It's. I know. It's bad.
Bob, so you've never seen Nightmare on Elm Street? Any of the Halloween movies?
Nothing. Never watched Halloween. Never watched Friday the 13th. Never watched the Night on Elm Street.
Bob may be an alien. He very well.
If it's sports related, he's seen it. Otherwise, forget about it. It's unbelievable.
I know. I couldn't sit still.
All right, we're gonna put an NA in one of the boxes.
You know what we need to start doing is we need to do a movies for Bob list.
It'd be like a book
compile. Like every week, we should give him another movie that he needs to watch.
Yeah,
and then have him review it on the pod.
You know what, Joe? In all seriousness, I would really like that. I really would.
And then we could have Bob be like Siskel and Ebert and break down the movie from his own way. You know, so we should give him a movie to start out with.
Joe has a whole other vocabulary and references that I don't. It's like he speaks another language to me.
Siskel and Ebert were famous movies.
Okay, Bob, here's your homework assignment for this week is you have to watch The Shining, and next week on the pod we are going to review The Shining. I want you to break it down, and no Cole's notes. You got to watch it, and if you don't watch it, that's fine. But the Scouts honor, you got to tell us if you watched it or not.
It's fair. I'd prefer not to do the horror movies, but if you
Bob, this is a different kind of movie.
How about we start with The Godfather?
Godfather Part 1?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I mean
I'll do that.
It's shocking that he's never watched this.
But by the way, that's a long watch. That's
well,
true.
Bob, you got one movie in an entire week, and you don't have anything to do during the day.
That's a long watch. It's classic American cinema. It's a long watch.
Bob, you're in the entertainment industry.
I'm not making movies, though.
It doesn't matter, but you need to know.
Some would say you are, Bob.
This is something you need to know. This is common knowledge, Bob.
All right. I'll watch The Godfather. All right.
Godfather. If it's too long a watch, you have The Shining as a backup.
And let's clap it up, boys. That's a nice episode there of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. Big congrats, by the way, to Jake Paul.
Wow, Jakey.
Well, we appreciate
Jakey?
you.
Is it Jakey?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Folks, take care. That is another edition of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. We will see you next time.